Is owning a home in Australia just a pipe dream now? The cause of such a tragic situation is a mind twister. Now we can't help but wonder whether there is any hope left for affordable housing in Australia. The issue of affordability has become a significant obstacle for those who want to own a home in Australia. Recent data shows a concerning trend, with median housing prices skyrocketing in major cities, leaving many middle-income earners unable to afford a home. For example, in February 2024, the median house price in Sydney reached an all-time high of Australian dollars 1.2 million. This surge in prices has widened the gap between income and property prices, making it increasingly difficult for young Australians to save up for a down payment. The ratio of median house price to annual household income in Sydney has risen to an alarming 12-to-1 ratio, indicating the severity of the affordability crisis. Additionally, the cost of living in these cities has also gone up significantly, adding to the financial burden of potential homeowners. The affordability crisis is further worsened by stagnant wage growth, which hasn't kept up with rising houses prices. This makes it incredibly challenging for young adults to secure a home loan. Furthermore, the change in housing affordability between generations is evident, with previous generations achieving home ownership much earlier in life. This has led to a situation where many young adults are forced to delay major life decisions, such as starting a family or pursuing higher education, due to the financial constraints imposed by the housing market. What are the factors contributing to the housing affordability crisis? Australia is currently facing a housing affordability crisis that is the result of several factors. Historically, low interest rates set by the Reserve Bank of Australia in recent years have led to an increase in borrowing, causing more people to compete for a limited number of properties. This has caused prices to rise even further, making it difficult for owner-occupiers to buy homes. Additionally, foreign investors own a significant portion of the market, which can further inflate prices. As a result, many properties are bought as investment assets rather than homes, which worsens the affordability crisis. Furthermore, the supply of new housing stock has not kept pace with the increasing demand, particularly in major cities. Factors such as red tape, zoning restrictions, and lengthy approval processes for new developments contribute to the supply shortage. The root of the problem lies in an imbalance between supply and demand. Australia's population continues to grow, driven by both immigration and natural birth rates, creating a higher demand for housing units. However, the construction of new homes has not kept pace. This has resulted in many people having to live in overcrowded conditions or areas far from their workplaces, leading to longer commute times and lower quality of life. Interest rates play a crucial role in housing affordability. The historically low rates implemented during the COVID-19 pandemic allowed more people to qualify for larger mortgages, further fueling the demand and price surge. However, the recent rise in interest rates aimed at combating inflation is a double-edged sword. While it might cool the market somewhat, it also increases monthly mortgage payments, making homeownership even more difficult for many aspiring buyers. As a result, many people are caught in a debt trap, struggling to make their mortgage payments while also trying to meet their other financial obligations. The role of property investors in the Australian housing market is hotly debated. While some argue that investors provide much-needed liquidity to the market, others believe that they contribute to inflated prices by competing with first-time homebuyers. The presence of investors in the market has an undeniable influence on overall affordability. However, the question remains whether the benefits provided by the investors outweigh the negative impacts on affordability. The collective effect of these factors has resulted in a significant decline in housing affordability, with the proportion of income required for mortgage payments rising dramatically. As a result, homeownership has become unattainable for many middle-income earners, which has had a significant impact on everything, from family formation to overall economic mobility. Many people are forced to spend a significant portion of their income on housing, leaving them with little money for other necessities such as food, healthcare, and education. What are the long-term implications of this trend on Australian society? The housing affordability crisis in Australia is not evenly spread out, with major cities, such as Sydney and Melbourne, experiencing the most significant price hikes. While regional areas may provide more affordable options, it may not be possible for everyone to move to these areas due to reasons like lack of job opportunities, family commitments, or the desire for a specific lifestyle. As a result, many people end up residing in areas without access to essential services and facilities, leading to a lower quality of life. How can we increase the affordability of housing in major cities? The current affordability crisis in Australia has not only affected potential home buyers, but has also put a lot of pressure on the rental market. As owning a home is becoming more and more unaffordable, more people are resorting to renting. This increase in demand for rental properties, coupled with the limited supply of such properties, has resulted in significant rise in rent prices, particularly in major cities. rent now consumes a disproportionate amount of the income of low and middle income earners, leaving them financially vulnerable and making it difficult for them to save for a down payment. This dire situation has forced many to live in substandard housing or in areas with longer commute times, thus lowering their quality of life. What measures can be taken to protect renters and ensure affordable rental options? The effects of the housing crisis extend beyond individual financial hardship and can have social consequences. The increasing gap between property owners and those who do not own properties can contribute to social tension and inequality within the nation. Those who cannot afford to buy a home face a lifetime of insecurity and uncertainty that affects their overall well-being. Many people live in constant fear of eviction, leading to stress and anxiety. The dream of owning a home in Australia is becoming more and more difficult to achieve for a lot of people. This raises questions about whether owning a home should continue to be viewed as a primary measure of success. As a result, different models of housing are being explored in order to ensure that everyone has access to safe and affordable housing. These models may move away from the traditional focus on individual ownership. However, it is still unclear whether these alternative models can offer the same level of security and stability as traditional homeownership. What are some of these alternative housing models and how effective are they? One approach to dealing with the housing affordability crisis is to adjust expectations regarding the size and location of homes, as well as the time it might take to save up for a down payment. This is especially important in major cities where the reality may be different from what people expect. What role can the government play in implementing these solutions? A holistic approach is required to address Australia's housing crisis. Boosting the supply of housing, particularly affordable housing, is essential. This involves incentivizing construction, streamlining zoning regulations, and exploring government-funded social housing initiatives. Re-examining tax policies that incentivize property investment could reduce speculative activity in the housing market and help moderate prices. Measures like restrictions on foreign buyers or temporary restrictions on the number of investment properties an individual can own could help curb excessive demand. Strengthening renters' rights and regulations on rental increases can provide more stability and affordability for those who don't own property. Programs tailored to help first-time buyers, like shared ownership schemes or down payment assistance, can bridge the affordability gap. The RBA may consider raising interest rates to cool down the property market, but this could also have negative consequences, such as making it harder for existing homeowners to meet their mortgage repayments. Streamlining approval processes, offering incentives for developers, and exploring alternative housing models could help increase the supply of new dwellings, particularly affordable housing options. Solving Australia's housing affordability crisis will be challenging. It requires collaboration and open dialogue between policymakers, the private sector, and citizens. A proactive approach is necessary because of the potential social and economic fallout from inaction. The future of housing in Australia and the dream it represents depend on finding workable solutions now. And that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed watching it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bells icon to get notified to our future videos. We have more amazing videos coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching and see you next time.